Shivrandanataran Paramanandamana Sri Chaitanyeshwaram. Hare Krishna. Just give me 1 minute. I think the lighting will come, so I'll change it. Also not good. Hare Krishna. So today, so we'll continue from where we left off. So we are in actually Rath Yatra. So Lord Chaitanya was actually dancing, and suddenly, he sang a song. Nobody could understand the meaning of it. He was singing a song, and he was singing a song, and nobody could understand the meaning. And then Lord Chaitanya started dancing. He started dancing with his hands. It was a refrain, and we are not supposed to recite. So he was telling, sometimes Lord Chaitanya, yes, there are thousands of millions of people actually. Sometimes Lord Chaitanya would fall behind, then Jagannath would stop. Jagannath would stop to wait for Lord Chaitanya to come. So you all should remember, I want to remind this 10 times today, Lord Chaitanya came to experience Radha Bhav. So Lord Chaitanya is performing the role of Radharani in front of Krishna in Jagannath. So that is the unique thing. So why is there is a competition between Jagannath and Krishna? Why is he stopping? So Jagannath, as Krishna is telling, I did not ignore you. I did not ignore Vrajavasis. I did not forget Vrajavasis. Please don't think otherwise. So Lord Chaitanya in the mood of Radharani, he was reciting, he was perfectly relishing the mood of Radharani. He was relishing the mood of Radharani, he was understanding the position of Radharani, and he is actually relishing his own mellows as a devotee, Radharani, So when Lord Chaitanya was dancing, he raising his arms up in the air, and what he was doing, he changed, his ecstasy changed, and Rupa Goswami writes that in the Padhyavali. What is that? Yah kamar hara sayeva hi varas taeva chetrakshapas tekon milat malati surabhaya pravada kadamba nila saichaivasmi tathapi tatra surata vyapara leela vidhau rema rodasi vetasi tarutale cheta samutkantate. It means that very personality who stole my heart during my youth is now again my master. There are the same moonlit nights of Chaitra, the same fragrance of Malati flowers is there, the same sweet breezes are blowing from Kadamba forest. In our intimate relationship, I am the same lover, yet still my mind is not happy here. I am eager to go to the bank of Yamuna, you know, bank of Riva, under that Vetasi tree. So, um, this is actually Radharani's mood when she was meeting Lord Chaitanya, meeting Krishna in Vrindavan. You know, so she's telling you are the same Krishna, I am the same Radharani, but we are meeting the same way we used to meet. Still, my mind is attracted to Vrindavan. No, so place your lotus feet in Vrindavan. Why? In Kurukshetra, in Kurukshetra, uh, thousands of people. In Kurukshetra, thousands of people, and all these chariots and all these chariots and uh, elephants rattling of horses. But Vrindavan, the fragrant horses and humming of the bees, chirping of the birds. And here you're dressed like a prince, and there you dress like a young cowherd boy. You know, now you don't have flute. You're surrounded by your ministers, but there you have flute. And that's the only companion standing in the threefold bending form. You know, your hairs are decorated with forest flowers. Barapida natavarapakarnayo karnikaram बिभ्रत्वा कनककपीसं वैजयन्ति च मालं रन्ध्रान् वेणुरधरसुतयो गोपवृन्दैः वृन्दारण्यं वृन्दारण्यं स्वपदरमणं प्रविशत् गीता कृति. So as you know, as Krishna would be reaching Vrindavan from from coming from the pasturing grounds. This is the description. You know. So, what is Krishna's beauty in Vrindavan? Ramate Yamuna Pulinavane Vijayi Murari Raguna. When Krishna would stand in a threefold bending form on the bank of Yamuna and play on the celebrated flute, standing on the sand dunes of Yamuna. When he plays on the flute, he attracts all the living entities. कस्तूरी तिलकं ललाटफुट्ले वक्षस्थले कौस्तुभं नासाग्रे नवमौक्तिकं करतले वेणुं करे कङ्कणं सर्वाङ्गे हरिचन्दनं सुललितं कण्ठे च मुक्तावली गोपस्त्री परिवेष्टितो विजयते गोपाल चूड़ामणि विजयते गोपाल चूड़ामणि. So Gopala Sahasranama 37th verse says this: the beauty of Krishna, Kasturi Tilakam. Yes, the forehead is decorated with the beautiful tilak. Pakshastale Kaustubam, he has a beautiful Kaustuba jewel, and he has a tiny ornament around the nose. Karadale Venum, he has a flute. Kare Kankanam, he has bangles. And her body is made with Sarvangi Harchandanam. It's made with the Chandan, sandalwood pulp. Kantech Muktavali has actually, what is that, choker around his neck. And that Krishna is surrounded with the gopis. Is the crust jewel of Yadu dynasty, crust jewel of Nanda Maharaj, Gopas. Gopa's kingdom, you know. But here, you're surrounded by warriors. There, you're surrounded by cows. Here, you're surrounded by warriors. You're in a princely dress. There, like a naughty cowherd boy. Here, not even a transcendental happiness. There, ocean of happiness. I request you, please come to Vrindavan and perform rasa dance with all of us. That's my request. You know. So, so that was the mood of Radharani. This was given. This was given. Uh, Gopis tell, and what is that? Ahustate nalinana bapdaravindam योगेश्वरे हृदि विचिन्त्यम अगाध मोदय संसार कूप पतितोत्तरणावलंबम गेहम जुषम अपिमनस्युदीयति उदीयत सदाना. Oh, lotus navel Lord, your lotus feet are meditated upon in the heart by great mystics and learned philosophers. They are the only shelter for those who have fallen into the deep well of mental existence. May your lotus feet be awakened within the hearts of us who are engaged in ordinary household affairs. So the pure bhakti awakened by gopis, the pure bhakti practiced by gopis in Vrindavan is the wealth of Vrindavan. Vraj bhakti is Vraj bhakti is rare in this world. And that's why Narada Muni writes in Narada Bhakti Sutra, you know, Yata Vraj Gopikanam, Parabhakti, there is nobody higher than gopis. Because their love for Krishna is ultimate. So, uh, so Lord Chaitanya is telling for most people, mind and heart are one. But for me, my mind is separated, is never separate from Vrindavan. So I consider my mind and Vrindavan to be one. My mind is already Vrindavan. Since you're like Vrindavan or Krishna, please place your lotus feet there. You know. So in other words, Krishna, Lord Chaitanya's Radharani is telling, Lord Chaitanya's Radharani is telling, um, this is not very good, but let us go there. So, but Krishna is telling to gopis in Vrindavan, what is he telling? He's telling, no, no, I'm always present in your heart as Paramatma. Be happy, remembering me in the heart. This is Paramatma realization is for yogis and jnanis. But gopis are now, they are liberated, way beyond liberation. They are feeling they are on the fire of separation. They don't want philosophy. They don't want Paramatma. They've rejected even the association of Narayan. Now Krishna is telling, be happy, I'm in your heart as Paramatma. And we don't need. We need you. Not even in this form. Surrounded by elephants and performing big yajnas and no. No. So we are not interested in jnana, yoga. No, we are not that type of people. We want only you. You know, देह स्मृति नहीं अरा संसार कुप कहांतरा ताहते ना चाहे उदार विरह समुद्र जले कामाति मिंगल जिले गोपिगणे नेहतर पारा. For those who are beyond bodily conception, where is the blind well of material life? These are not there. They are beyond bodily conception. They don't want liberation. They rejected liberation. Wow. Now, they are feeling separation from Krishna. Intense separation from Krishna. That's why Krishna said, I don't have anything to give you. This verse of Bhagavad Gita sloka is proved wrong with somebody. Wow. With whom? Gopis. Krishna said, Na pareyaham niravadya samyutam. Na pare, no, I don't have anything to give you. Be happy with whatever the austerities you guys have performed. Wow. So, what is that? So, Lord Chaitanya as Radharani is asking Krishna as Jagannath, why did you forget Vrindavan? You're a gentleman with Agda, you're refined, you're gentle, mrudu, soft, endowed with all the good qualities, Sadguna, very well behaved, Sushila, soft hearted, Snigdha, merciful, Karuna, without a fault. Yet you don't even remember us. These are all actually only if you read Nectar of Devotion, the heights of ecstasy of Bhakti Yoga are known. And again, Radharani is telling, that is my misfortune. Such a great person you are. You are delivering everyone, but you forgot us. That is our misfortune. Not finding fault with Krishna. Wow. Do you want to kill Rajavasis? I don't care for my personal happiness. But think of Yashoda. Think of Nanda Maharaj. Think of your friends. You said you'll come back in 3 days. How many days it is now? 100 years. More than 100 years. You know? Do you want to kill all of them? They're on the verge of death. Hare Krishna. You know? नागानी अपन दुख देखी व्रजेश्वरी मुखा व्रज जनेरा हृदय विदारे कि बमर व्रजवसी कि बाजियो व्रज आसी के न जी के न जिया वो दुख सहाय बारे. Why are you keeping them in the state of suffering? In fact, Radharani's suffering is higher. Radharani's suffering is higher than anybody. That intense separation. There is actually a river, there is a Kund, Prem Sarovar, a lake. And Radharani's tears, you know, when she would cry, the tears of Radharani filled this lake. And she would fall in that. Her body was so hot, feeling separation of Krishna. The entire waters would dry up. This dress is not very pleasing to us. The elephants, the crown, what is that? The royal dress. No, you're the life and soul of Vrindavan. You're especially the life of Nanda Maharaj. You're the only opulence of Vrindavan. Tumi vrajena sakala sampat. You are the only property, set of Raj. But you have ignored us. Please come. Please come, and you're very merciful. I know. That's how devotee behaves actually. You know, you're very merciful. And please come and make everyone alive. Keep your lotus feet in Vrindavan. And that is Radharani's petition to Krishna. In Kurukshetra, Lord Chaitanya is reciting these verses in front of Jagannath. And Krishna's after hearing the statements of Radharani, what did Krishna say? You know, please, when the moment Krishna's Radharani told this, immediately Krishna's love for Vrajavasis awakened. And he immediately thought of himself to be indebted into them. And Krishna started pacifying Radharani. You know, do you think I forgot all of you? I cry remembering all of you every day. I cry remembering all of you every day. I remember my mother Yashoda, father Nanda Maharaj, all my gopi friends, and especially you. You are the life of my very life, Radharani. You know, and when I think of you, you don't know how unhappy I am being separate from all of you. You know, ब्रजवासी यत जन माता पिता सखी गण सब होए मोर प्राण सामा. So all the Brajavasis, my father, my mother, my friends, everyone, they're like my life and soul, you know. And among them, gopis are my very life and soul. And among the gopis, you are the one. And you are verily my life of my life, Radharani. That's why in Vrindavan, Radharani is more prominent than Krishna. The energy, the mother of the universe and the goddess of devotion. You know, I know. I am always subservient to all of your loving affairs. I am under your control. And my separation, we are separated today. That is because of my misfortune. That is my misfortune. And I always think of you. And I long for your association. I long for your association. I want to tell you this. You should know this. I regularly, every day, I pray to Narayan, Krishna. you know, how to understand these things. And because I regularly pray to Narayan, and because of that, and our loving affairs are they are more powerful. It's because that is my good fortune, and by Narayan's grace, I would come every day, unseen by others. That's why you never forgot me. I would manifest in your heart. I would have the affairs unknown to anyone, everyone. So Krishna has two leelas, prakata and aprakata, manifested and unmanifested. You know, so Guru, yeah, right now suffering is going on, manifested, unmanifested, but somebody, they're always connected whether the Guru is manifested or unmanifested. Anyway, most of the time Guru is not there anyway, right? So, so he was simultaneously, though Krishna was present in Dwarka, he was simultaneously present in Vrindavan. If you think of your Guru, recently I was listening to Rajava Maharaj lecture that time. It's amazing actually. For a, what is that, Ashtanga Yogi, when he would attain the perfection, for Ashtanga Yogi, when he would attain the perfection, he could see Paramatma all the time. But for a bhakti yogi who would attain perfection, he would see his guru. That is how Prabhupada was never separate from Saraswati Thakur. Guru is not different from Paramatma. Actually, Krishna, right? That's why bhakti yogi would achieve higher than yogi would achieve higher than Paramatma, jnanis and yogis. Why? You would have Krishna visible in the heart. You would have Guru. Guru is the external manifestation of Krishna, right? you know so every day would come, but you know but I want to tell you this. So unmanifested form of pragat lila, but I would manifest, you know in your heart, and we have exchanges, but very soon I would return. Then the question is, why Krishna did not return? Krishna came to reduce the burden, right? That's one of the reasons, external reasons. But all the demons, if they come to know the Vrajavasis are very dear to Krishna, they would abduct all the Vrajavasis, like Jarasandha and other kings especially, and they would hold the Vrajavasis at ransom, and they would blackmail Krishna. So Krishna doesn't want these demons to know Vrajavasis are very dear to Krishna. And Krishna is telling, I have killed all the demons, very few left. As soon as they are done, I'll be present in Vrindavan again. You know, I will return soon. I don't care this royal position. I don't want this position. I want my devotees, Hare Krishna. You know, a devotee doesn't want to leave Vrindavan. Krishna was in Vrindavan. What is that? Vrindavanam parityajya padam ekam nagachati. Krishna would never step out of Vrindavan. Then where is Krishna? The Krishna that went to Dwarka was Dwarka Krishna, Vasudeva Krishna. Then where is the actual Nandanandan Krishna? He unmanifested. Aprakata Leela. For a devotee, it doesn't matter actually. Manifestation and manifestation doesn't matter. You can say Krishna by chanting the holy name and serve Krishna. Prabhupada says if you chant Krishna's name, you are with Krishna. Right? So anyway, what is that? um, so you devotee, though Krishna doesn't live Vrindavan, devotees also don't live Vrindavan. But Krishna's business devotees would live. Sorry. Devotees business Krishna devotees will Krishna's business devotees would live Vrindavan. And if you make your heart Vrindavan, wherever you go, wherever you go, your heart is Vrindavan. You can have that Vrindavan manifest. Hare Krishna. And then he told this verse. Krishna was eager to return to Vrindavan. Why Krishna wants to return to Vrindavan? Mai bhaktiri bhutanam amrutavyaya kalpate dishtya yadasin matsneho bhavati nam madapana. This is the verse. Devotional service unto me is the only way to attain me. So, to attain Krishna, only bhakti is the way. Bhaktya mam abjanat yavan yaschasmitada tadomam tato jnatva vishadeta anantaram. Bhaktusi, only devotee can understand me. A devotee can enter into my lila. So, bhakti is the only way to attain me. And my dear gopis, whatever love and affection you have attained for me, by my good fortune, it is Krishna's fortune. By my good fortune is the only reason for my returning to you. Because of my mercy, you have attained unlimited love and affection. That is the reason I am coming back. So Lord Chaitanya, Krishna, he would release these verses. Lord Chaitanya came to understand his position, Krishna's position as a devotee. He came to understand Krishna's mellows, the sweetness of Krishna's mellows. He came to understand the position of Radharani. He came to understand the sweetness tested by Radharani as a devotee. And as a devotee, he is relishing all these things. So sometimes he would behave like Krishna, sometimes he would behave like Radharani during Adhyatma. It's very inconceivable and amazing. Haribol. And nobody can describe the good fortune of Charitamrita Goswami because he would understand. Rasagna, he has an idea. Only he would understand the mood and mind of Lord Chaitanya. And he would sing at appropriate verses. you know and the senses of Lord Chaitanya are identical with the senses of Sarvadhamar Goswami. So he was fully absorbed. Lord Chaitanya is absorbed in tasting his singing. Sometimes Lord Chaitanya would write on his finger, you know, separation. The finger would hurt because he's writing on the ground. Sardar was saying, wait, wait, no, my Lord, please, please, please. And he would sing exactly as per the emotion of Lord Chaitanya. Whatever the mellow you taste, he would sing that song. Two people, Ramananda and Sardar Sarudar Goswami, especially Sarudar Goswami. Ramananda also. Prabhura Bhavanurupa Swarupi Ragana Yebi Rasataha Kare Murti Mana. So whatever the emotion you would go, sometimes larger than a separation, sometimes joy, jubilance, sometimes there's a distress. You know, uh, he would know those moods. You know, uh, there is nothing if at all you want to become a bhakti yogi, there is nothing. There is nothing higher than Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Wow. One, because of the presence of because of Krishna, especially Krishna and Vrindavan. Two, Radharani's love for Krishna. Three, Lord Chaitanya, Krishna is coming to release that in the mood of a devotee. And Nityananda Prabhu trying to distribute that mercy. Lord Chaitanya also Mahavadanyaya, giving freely the mercy, not just releasing alone. And in the parampara, all these great acharyas, Srila Prabhupada, who exemplified this compassion. On one hand, they exhibited love for Krishna, on another hand, they cried for the common jivas, for the brother and sister jivas who are actually languishing in the material world. Wow. So here Lord Chaitanya was looking at Jagannath. Jagannath was so beautiful, wearing all the garlands, big, big eyes. And he was dressed very nicely. Lord Chaitanya, a ocean of happiness entered his heart. Wow, what's the beauty? You know, and what is that? Increase of all the emotions, Swabhava Prabalya, awakening, this joy awakened, Udaya, peacefulness, Santi, joined Sandhi, mixed Sabalya, transcendental Sadhika, prevalent Sthayi, and impetus Sanchari. All these moods, all these emotions, they awakened at the same time in the Lord Chaitanya's heart. Wow. So Lord Chaitanya was body was like a transcendental Himalayan mountain where all these ecstasies were erupting like the flowers, different forest flowers on the Himalayas. Wow. You know? So when Lord Chaitanya was exhibiting all the symptoms, uh, the people who were around, they were actually, they were all attracted to his mind and consciousness. That prema permeated from him. Prema permeated, and everyone was like, there is a wonderful kirtan like Indra Prabhu. And when he sings, then the love prema permeates. And whoever is there, Prabhupada, so the Prabhupada, the love would permeate, everybody would get it. So the gurus come and, the love would permeate, everyone will be touched by it. And if we eat their remnants, if their association listen from them, we are rubbed against, little bit like this. And they were Lord Chaitanya's dancing in ecstasy. They were also dancing at that transcendental pleasure. Wow. Material world, there is, and what is material world happiness? Absence of distress. Correct. So Jagannath and Baldev and Subrahma, they were also very happy, going slowly. Suddenly, what happened? Lord Chaitanya was dancing, raising arms up in the air, and so the kirtan was going. Suddenly, what happened? Lord Chaitanya jumped up in the air and he fell down on the ground. So there, Nityananda was very far. So Kashishwar and Govinda, the servants, they were also very far, somewhere else. So immediately Pratap Maharaj went and, so he grabbed him. And he grabbed him. Lord Chaitanya came to his consciousness and said, "Fish." How sad it is that I'm touched by a wishy materialist. Lord Chaitanya came when he came to external consciousness and he said this. How pitiful it is that I'm touched by a materialist. Lord Chaitanya became angry. Prabhupada Maharaj was what is that? Floored, shocked, bewildered. Sarvam Bhattacharya said, "Don't worry, no need. He is already, he is only showing, exhibiting this behavior for others. He has already given you mercy. See what happens today. You know." So this is the another installment. Mercy to mercy doesn't mean always green card or citizenship or no. Becoming sick also mercy. Somebody is chastising us mercy. We are humiliated. It's difficult to take, no doubt. It is also mercy. How many of your understanding? I don't know. Right? So can you imagine this is king? Nobody would say anything to him. He can even order a death sentence. Lord Chaitanya, you're a metalist. See, wow. But because he already received the mercy, Maharaj Prataprutra did not feel bad at all. He was only, he was not humiliated. He was not, he was not humiliated. So, so actually, Maharaj Prataprutra became scared, frightened. Sarambhata says, no, no, no need, no need. See, he has already given you his full mercy, you know. Uh, and see, very soon you'll meet the Lord, you know. So that's why we should not judge. Maharaj Prataprutra was wearing all jewelry. He was wearing in the royal robes, but a pure devotee. Sometimes Bhaktivinoda Thakur says people wear tilak. Uh, People wear tilak and kantimala, and people wear tilak and kantimala, and they have so many agendas. Correct. They have so many agendas. That's why we should not judge anybody. You know. So then what happened? So Radha stops at a chariot, stopped at Balagandi. The chariot stopped at Balagandi for Bhoga offering. Viprasasana, uh, and the food is offered. The food is offered at Viprasasan, the quarters where Brahmanas would live. So Jagannath, they offered so many items. Mm, they offered so many items, and uh, so they offered all the items. Jagannath was so happy. Lord Chaitanya was very happy when he saw all these items being offered to Jagannath. So Lord Chaitanya went to garden to take rest because he was so fatigued since morning. Because of hard labor, hard dancing. The entire body was filled with perspiration. So when he entered, it's so like very hot, sunny day. When he entered the garden, there was a cool breeze. You know, so devotees also who were doing kirtan with him, they came and they took rest under different trees. So they came and they took rest under different trees. So then what happened? Then what happened? Um, Maharaj Pratap you know, Saram Bhattacharya told him, you know. So actually, give me 1 minute. So what happened? What happened? Saram Bhattacharya told uh, Maharaj Pratapdara, change your clothes, wear a simple clothes of a devotee. and go and directly massage the feet of uh, Lord and singing Gopi Geet. He was a king. I was thinking he knows Gopi Geet by heart. How many of us know Gopi Geet by heart? I don't know. He was Maharaj Pratap Rudra's was a king, still he knows Gopi Geet by heart. So, what is that? So he changed the clothes. Sometimes, devotees, should I change my clothes or not? Especially brahmacharis. So here it is written, whichever clothes will serve your purpose, you can wear that type of clothes. Bhakti Tirtha Swami is king in this. You would wear sometimes, danda, what is that, like African chief. When he would go and meet big, these leaders in African countries. I came here to give blessings. So he went to give blessings to Muhammad Ali. You know, he went to give blessings to Muhammad Ali. Who is that? African chief. Okay, put all the feathers, and he dressed himself. You know, and okay, let him come in. He didn't say yes, Hare Krishna. Bhaktirtha Swami said, I know I'm willing to wear diapers if that will make children chant, that will make babies chant Hare Krishna. Wow. So Maharaj Pratapatra, he discarded his royal robes and he wore simple Vaishnava clothes. Lord Chaitanya was so tired since morning he's dancing, so he was actually, resting and under a tree. And then he started massaging and started saying, Jayati te dikam janmana vraja smarata indriya indira sashvata drahe. He started reciting. And Lord Chaitanya, wow, go on reciting, go on reciting, go on reciting. Who are you, my friend? So you are Lord Chaitanya, he knows. Please go on. You finally came to this verse. Tava katamrutam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham shravanamangalam srimadatam bhuvi grinanti yaburida jana. My Lord, the nectarian words, the nectarian your words, your leela, your form, your activities, they are life and soul of those who are actually suffering in this world. Supposing you don't have anything, you take shelter of Krishna, then we look towards Krishna for everything. His name, his form, and his qualities and pastimes. So the nectar of your words and activities is the life and soul of those who are actually grieved in the material world. These narrations are transmitted by exalted persons, and when these narrations are heard, they will eradicate all the sinful reactions. Whoever hears them attains good fortune, Krishna Leela. And that's why these narrations are broadcast all over the world and they are filled with spiritual power. Those who spread the message of Godhead, those who spread Krishna consciousness, this message of Krishna Bhakti, message of Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are the true welfare workers. You give food today as a welfare worker, tomorrow you become hungry. They become hungry. You give medicine, after 1 month, you will also become sick. That is welfare, no doubt, for the body. But the real welfare is to make them get out of this material world, go back to Godhead. That is a true welfare activity. Bhuvi grunanti ye burida jana. Burida means a welfare worker, charitable worker. Immediately, Lord Chaitanya, wow, at this time, my friend, you came and you're awakening this love of God in my heart. Lord Chaitanya embraced him. Burida, Burida, you're that Burida, you're that most munificent welfare worker. You're that most magnanimous personality. And Lord Chaitanya, this is Lord Chaitanya already danced all day, and his heart is he just experienced all these ashtasadik vikaras. He just experienced Radha about just minutes before dancing, and he came, and when he embraced, when Lord Chaitanya would glance, others would get the love of God. And here Lord Chaitanya embraced him, bathing Maharaj Prataputra with tears. And Pratap and gave final installment of mercy. He bestowed fully on Maharaj Prataprudra and said, "Who are you, my friend? And you're coming and actually giving Krishna to me. You are awakening that love of God. Who are you?" That is Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Humility. And Maharaj Prataprudra has a perfect answer. He did not hesitate. He doesn't want to lie, right? My Lord, I am servant of servant of servant of your servant. I don't have any other desire other than that. রাজা কহে আমি তোমার দাসের অনুদাস ভৃত্যেরা ভৃত্য কর এই মোর আশা. My Lord, I am your servant of servant. And I want to become further servant of servant. That is the only desire. Not to expand our kingdom, not to get more money, not to do business. Hare Krishna. Amazing. You know? So, the servant of servant is the greatest achievement. Prahlad Maharaj exemplified that. College Sridhar and what is that? Dhruv Maharaj, Vasudev Datta, all these people. And Lord Chaitanya, what he did? He displayed some of his divine opulences. He revealed Krishna's form and and told him not to tell anything to anybody. You know, but he knew in the heart this is Maharaj Prataprutra, but he didn't. He behaved as though he doesn't know. And Maharaj Prataprutra heart filled with you know filled with the mercy, kripa. Patra patra deki na deki sthan sthan. Lord Chaitanya does not discriminate. Actually, what happened? You know, uh, Lord Chaitanya was in such deep ecstasy because of Pratar, because of the service he rendered. Maharaj Prataprutra became recipient of that mercy. That menial servant, menial service, he swept the roads. That Kripa Shakti immediately, you know, arose from the heart of Lord Chaitanya. It was bestowed on Maharaj Pratap. Wow, service, very important. And all the devotees, they were very, very happy. All the devotees, they were very, very happy. Why? At least those devotees, they don't have envy. Not like me. So they were so glad our king got the mercy. Because everyone got the mercy. Everyone, king was doing a lot of service. He was never proud. He was never proud. And he was willing to do menial service to devotees. So everyone became compassionate to everyone wanted king to get the mercy too. So in other words, everyone gave their blessings to king. Everyone gave blessings. Please, my Lord Chaitanya. They all have petition in their heart to Lord Chaitanya. That's why when we do service, we collect blessings. But if we're arrogant, we collect curses. So I need all of your blessings actually, so that we can go forward. So, what is that? Mm, then what happened? Then Lord King left, and Lord Jagannath accepted prasad, and the king sent a lot of prasad. One in other. Brother of Ramanand Roy, Vananda Roy, brought prasad. You know, so much prasad. The milk products, sweets, fruits, dry fruits, curd, fruit juice, hundreds of sweets, Manohar Laddu, Amrit Gulika, creams, puris, dal, sprouts, pickles. Everyone was given 10 plates. I want you to become hungry now. Everyone is given 10 plates to eat. Today even people, even if they can't even eat. They were given 10 plates prasad. This is prasad tasted by Jagannath, and you're eating prasad in the presence of Lord Chaitanya. Wow, amazing. You know, so the entire half of the garden was filled with prasad only. You know, you know, when the food is offered to deities, we should be very pleased. And next time, take this as an inspiration. Take 10 plates and eat, especially all the sweets. And if you have done it, tell me. You know, how many of you want to hear one story relating to Radhana Swami in this connection? I was the witness. You know, if you say, text me, then I'll speak. Otherwise, I'll not speak. You know, uh, if you want to hear, at least 10 people should text me. We want to hear. I was also shocked and surprised. I mean, one day I can share, but only one person said two. So, so you want me to tell or not? If you want me to tell, you decide. And I think next time, because I think people are not interested to listen. And you know, so so what is what is Hare Krishna? What is Hare Krishna? Three people said yes. I'm looking. Four people yes. Five yes. Okay, five. I said five people. Okay. Uh, seven yes. Uh, eight yes. Okay. So he came one day. He called me. I'm coming. No, yes, Maharaj. Please. I know his appearance day is coming. So I said, no, please come, Maharaj. Actually, he said he'll come to Michigan. Yes. So it's amazing, right? So what happened? That day, devotees made 64 items. How many? 64. Like this. He sat like this. They're all plates only. Mexican, David, I really appreciate the devotees who made it actually. Mexican and that, this, that, Indian and whatever Maharaj, those things. I remember, but I don't remember the name. I mean, so all the varieties that he likes, Italian actually he likes. So they're just filled with plates. You all know Maharaj looks so thin. And first plate, second plate, third plate, fourth plate, fifth plate, sixth plate, seventh plate, eighth plate, ninth plate, 10th plate. I was just looking. So I can't. Wow, he's really mystic. He kept on it. And he was done. Second plate, third plate, fourth plate. Ladies and gentlemen, Prabhuji and Mataji, how many items you can eat? And he said, after eating 58, 60 items, he told me, actually, I can eat the rest of the items, but I want to leave it for you. And he got up. So, I mean, uh, that is mysticism. I can have one more, but that this is the highest. How many of you liked it? You liked it? You know, I could not, I would not believe my eyes actually. You know, so like when Krishna gives the mercy, what is that? You know, you know. So in a, uh, so yeah, we should eat prasad. Why not? So thank you. We'll continue next week, right? uh, and anyway, what is that? Well, probably I'll finish this. So the devotees, I'll finish this, please. 5 minutes. The devotees all, they all ate, and whatever the leftover food, all the beggars, Lord Chaitanya said, give it to the beggars. And Lord Chaitanya says, say Haribol. All the beggars said Haribol. And that's it. They attained the perfection of their life. They attained the perfection of their life. Hare Krishna. And after that, what happened? On the chariot, when it time came to move, chariot didn't move. Jagannath didn't move. Maharaj Pratap was in anxiety. They brought the wrestlers. They brought elephants. They were pulling. And then seeing the anxiety, Lord Chaitanya said, "Don't worry." Told, remove the elephants, remove the elephants, and remove the wrestlers. Everybody, remove. And he told all his associates, guys, come. So all the Nityas, the associates of Lord Chaitanya, they held the ropes. Lord Chaitanya he went behind the chariot, and he put his head and he pushed, gently he pushed. Then making a rattling sound, the chariot moved. Haribol! Everyone said. Everyone was amazed by the power and mercy of uh, power and mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And finally, uh, that the chariot reached Gundicha temple and Ponduchi again. And now Baldev Subhadra Jagannath and they got down, they were taken to the temple, Gundicha temple, and Lord Chaitanya and devotees performed Sankirtan. And wonderful Kirtan. What is our movement Sankirtan? You know? So, and Lord Chaitanya flooded everyone. Lord Chaitanya flooded everyone with the love of God. So only one religion, Bhagavad Dharma, Hare Krishna consciousness, that will fill everyone's heart with love of God. I'm sure you understood by this time. Goal is back home, back to Godhead. Prabhupada came for this purpose, just to give the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. He came to spread the mercy of Lord Chaitanya all over the world. As for teachings and mercy of Lord Chaitanya all over the world. So just give this to others, so that they can also become the recipient of the mercy, and they'll go back to Godhead. Thank you very much. We'll continue next week. If I've spoken anything wrong, excuse me as a humble servant. We're very grateful for your patient audience. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. I'm ending now. Thank you.